That was me. I was trying to lift you on up. How y'all doing tonight? I didn't hear y'all. Let me hear it again. Y'all didn't hear. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna get funkified because I'm gonna walk in this place. I'm gonna go and get here. Let me help you. Oh, well, never mind. She did it on her own. Come on.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this wonderful event. I'm so grateful to see all of your beautiful faces. For now, I just want to say welcome. Thank you for coming out, and have a great show today.
You do this back, made back, move this back. Tell the whole world the truth is back. You ain't got New York, yeah, where my troopers at, where my hustlers, where my boosters at. I don't care what you do for stacks. I know the world glued your back to close. Let's go exchange now. Just me. And I ain't gonna tell you again. Let's get ghosts in the phantom. You can bring it. That's so necessary. And why you frontin' on me? Is that necessary? Do I? To you look like Dot and Vera Wayne? Are you insane? That's just what you want me to do. Change clothes. See, so necessary, man.
Hey, man, slay, man.
It's a groove. Oh, my, please respect my Jiggy. This is probably purple label or that BBC shit, or it's probably tailored. And y'all niggas acting way too tough. Sexy, sexy. Sing along. Yeah. Sexy, sexy.
Yeah, okay. Let me find out.
Cheers in there if you in the club. Sexy, sexy, sexy.
Hey.
Drink the stone. Take you out tonight. You already know what it's hitting for. I got whatever outside. You know what I'm saying.
I'm always ready. Come on up here, Shamila. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. So, what you think?
That's your streetwear?
Yeah, I got sneakers on. I got tennis shoes, so this is what I wear when I'm in the streets. Yeah, what you?
You went to the grocery store, you went to walk his dog, you don't care.
Yeah, if you got to take the trash out, you got to get dressed. You got to always be ready, right?
Look good on
Always, I'm always ready. But hey, we're going to get into the second part. We're doing business casual now, right? So you ready?
Yeah.
Well, let's get them coming. Let's get
ready.
them. Are they ready to come up? Hey, what y'all think? Y'all want me to walk again? Since they messed up my, since he did it wrong here. Look at y'all got me up here sweating a little bit. It's okay. You like it? Here we go. I'm gonna stop right here. I was at the beginning. Where you think I came from? You think I came from the end?
No, she wants you to start again.
She want me to walk all the way. Hey man, can you play something for me? You know what I need you to play? I want you to play So Fresh and So Clean by Outkast for me. Get that on the side. And then I'm gonna show y'all how this is supposed to be done. Hold on.
Well, why you gonna walk all the way from the door though?
She said start over.
No, she said come over here.
I'm starting all the way over.
He say all the way.
So we gonna come all the way from the beginning.
That's why they cut your music off last
From
time.
the beginning. So I'm gonna come back. Just give me a second.
It's the
Right?
baby.
Don't judge me. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go in the back.
Back in the dressing room?
What up, y'all? Y'all looking good? Man, that didn't come out right.
You can't hear you back there. Come on, bring it out.
Did it? Okay, I'm glad it broke up. Here we go.
Gator belts and Patty Melts and Monte Carlos and Eldorado. So waking up out of my slumber feeling like Rollo. So follow. It's showtime and it's hot.
Yo, man, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I mean. I think that. You know what? I'm gonna tell y'all something. That song right there has been my ringtone since like 1983. When it came out, it had been my ringtone ever since. No, but now we really about to get the second part started. Are we ready over there for real? No.
They gonna get ready.
You know what I found out? Remember we had on our show the other day? On the show the other day, whenever you're like, don't touch me with that hand. We were talking about how people, whenever they sing songs, how it's always at the beginning and it's yeah, and in the end it's always no. Why is that?
Especially in the 90s. That's like
90s. Yeah, that's
you
true.
got to
That's
ease
true.
into it and ease
These
out.
nights are. Anyway, no. Are they ready back there? We need to get ready. You know what? So y'all hold on for a minute. You know what? Let's introduce everybody. No.
Well, you're gonna do that. What's that? The hood game?
Oh, y'all want to play Hood You Rather? All right, let's do Hood You Rather. All right, I'm gonna ask you, man. All right, would you rather
You're like, don't pick on me.
sneeze and yell out the N-word, or burp and shit a little? Each time.
Yeah, every time.
You gonna say the N-word?
Yeah, I'm gonna sneeze and say that.
Well, it don't matter where. What if you're in church, man, and you sneeze?
But what if
Lord,
you in
forgive
church
me.
and you do the same?
Hey,
Nobody,
but
one
you-
day I go change his drawers.
but see, I don't say the
You have to
N-word.
leave church.
But see, I don't say the N-word at all anyway. So I
So
just,
you'd rather do the same?
I'm be shitting on myself. I mean, I couldn't.
Better wear some diapers.
I could walk around with some air freshener. You know, I mean. All right, well let me ask you. So okay, so you know what? This
Don't ask another one of those questions.
no, I'm not. So this is one of my guests here, and she has a business that is an amazing business. Okay, it's a financial business, and I won't get into it. We won't get into it too much, but y'all need to touch base with her. All right, and make sure y'all use our code. So it's FIF. So I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, it's fifth. Anyway, so let me ask you a question. I'm a Hood You Rather too. All right. So
Be
Hood
clean. Be clean with
It'll
it.
be clean. Would you rather have a mate that pees in the bed every
Okay,
night?
that's not even clean.
Come on, man. I need.
Clean enough. Or your other option is live with roaches. We'll do that one. So pee in the bed. That's gonna be a heavy ass mattress though for the rest of your life.
Again, diapers, okay?
Yeah, just get some diapers. But what if they didn't have diapers?
You always gotta switch up the rules. No, they have diapers. The cat.
Yeah.
The cat.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Oh, okay. I get you.
Definitely not living with roaches. I cannot do that. No bugs.
Hey, this
I don't know.
How many roaches I'm saying?
Well, you know what? I think I would have the mate. I think I would have the mate, but she would just have to sleep on the floor.
Not
She would have to sleep on the
Or
floor.
on the toilet.
Oh, what about the air mattresses? Those are kind of slick, right? You
So
know.
you have the other games because we ain't.
Hey, I'm just trying to make this. I'm really wasting time is what I'm up here doing.
No, we having fun.
What's the next? Well, wait, it's just all categories. It's a
No.
would you rather. You know the would.
She's talking about
Oh,
fashion.
We're doing business casual. Yeah, I thought you were wanting to play more of the game. I'm sorry.
No, they want to see.
No, they want y'all
see
didn't
some
play.
They say they want to see you model again.
They do. All right, you want me to start
You
me
gotta
over
pick a
again?
different
You about
song.
to pass out. You sweat so much.
You want me to walk all the way back?
You gotta go all the way back. Let's go.
Shit, they said
Show them the
no.
real energy.
All right, here we go. That's it.
You like an old man.
Let's go play. How was that? Was that better? Hey, are they ready back there? All right, let's go. Come on, round one. Let's go. I got a chance.
Nah, that
About to go
wasn't
get
better.
some
You
biscuit.
still walking too fast.
Oh, goodness gracious.
No, he done.
We getting this going.
Raised across my face. My mind replays the night before. The evidence all over this place. I couldn't leave you if I tried. Love making so good. I could cry unstoppable. I can't deny. I feel like I could fly. The sun and I rise together. Its rays that should cross my face. My mind replays the night before. The evidence all over this place. I couldn't leave you if I tried. Love making so good. I could cry unstoppable. I can't deny. I feel like I could fly. Hold on to me, never let me go. Look me in my eyes, stare into my soul. This love is unforgettable. Hold on to me, never let me go. Look me in my eyes, stare into my soul. This love is unforgettable. Wrapped up in these sheets, caught up in your essence. This feels like a dream, the most beautiful thing ever captured. Will you lay with me for 14 days, best forever? You are everything. What's outside these four walls doesn't matter. Hold on to me, never let me go. Look me in my eyes, stare into my soul. This love is unforgettable. Hold on to me, never let me go. Look me in my eyes, stare into my soul. This love is unforgettable. This love is
Got with our personality back. Okay, then. Come on now. Stroll on. Pause, pause, pause. There we go, there we go. I ain't get the jacket. Now,
Psych. I thought I was about to sing, didn't you? I was. I changed my mind. Hey, look, we now are about to do the fireside chat. So, a fireside? Fire, right? Is that
Yeah,
right?
fireside.
Right? Y'all want me to walk again?
no.
Nah. Whatever. So we're
They see it now.
gonna pull these chairs out. Oh well, I guess I
Well, I
already.
ain't pulling a chair out, but you
You're
do
not gonna
good.
do anything. Thank you. These chairs are heavy. I don't like lifting stuff. That's good. Y'all, when y'all get up here, y'all adjust y'all seats how y'all want. Doing? Good, good. How you doing? You good? You having fun? You sure you don't look like you are? Don't you tell me what to do. I do what I want to do. I have a contract that says that I'm allowed to do whatever I want to do. Signed by me. I wrote it too. So anybody else? What y'all? Hey, look, this is my sister. Y'all say hello to her. Yeah. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Thank you for everybody. Hey, y'all also make sure that y'all go back and buy. Shamila has a store back in the back where she sells natural oils and body butters and all that good stuff. It works on every parts of your body. Trust me, brother, it does. But anyway, so we're doing this panel now, right? Sit down anyway.
Okay,
So I'm gonna dance.
no, okay, we have enough people. Come on. We're gonna have Dr. O come up and she's gonna
Dr.
talk
O,
about.
come on.
Yeah. Come up.
You want me to sit down and talk to you? You want me to talk with you? shirt my fit.
Hey, Miles. Y'all want to give it up for my host or what? Miles and Shamila of A Fifth of Something podcast. If you haven't been watching the podcast, you need to tune in. It's amazing. They're actually now on TV, you know. Miles, you need to let them know about that. So, yes, sir. Okay. Ralph Lauren Entertainment. All right, he's so proud of that. But hey, I'm so grateful. Give it up for Miles and Shamila of A Fifth of Something. So they wanted me to come up here and talk about the initiatives that we're running at the Honeydrop Foundation, beyond, of course, the men's initiative, but also just share why we're doing the fashion show and the concept of this year. So when we started out, we were working with designers, so we would invite designers to come dress the men. The first year, that was great. The second year was good. By the third year, it was just a headache. Finding designers who would want to work with them. And I mean, they would come, but I thought this year, while we were planning everything that we needed to do, I thought, how about we do it a little bit differently? Rather than finding designers to put clothes on them, you know, the Holy Spirit just kind of gave me this inspiration to have the men wear their clothes. And I'm like, wouldn't that just be like drab, just have them wear their clothes? Wouldn't that be like boring? It's like, no, the concept of that is having the men wear their clothes is just a message of having them take off the mask. You know, when you put clothes on someone, when you dress them and you have them walk, you're telling them, okay, this is who you're saying they need to be. That's pretty much what society has been doing to our men. Men don't cry. Men don't talk about their feelings. Suck it up. Don't complain. You know, you're being abused. You shouldn't talk about it. You know, we have this culture of shame and silence. And a lot of men have been silenced for many years, just using this whole cascade of what a man should be, what society has told them that they need to be, rather than who they're really created to be. So having them show up with their clothes is us saying it's okay for you to show up in the world as who God created you to be. It's okay for you to talk about your feelings. It's okay for you not to be okay and be able to let the people around you know that you're not okay so they can help you. It's okay for you as a man to be vulnerable. So showing up in your clothes is just showing up as who you are. This is me. And we accept that. We love that. And we as a society need to do better with allowing men to have a safe place to show up as themselves. Not putting so much pressure on them to become or to be someone that we think or we assume they're supposed to be, without equipping them with the tools to be those things. We want them to be providers, but there's no opportunity. We want them to be good husbands, but they don't have a mentor or a coach or a father or someone who has shown them how to be those husbands. They don't have the tools that they need. We want them to be all of these things that we claim that men need to be, and nobody's really giving them a fighting chance to win. So we want to change that narrative, and that's why this fashion show, everything you see the guys do, they're wearing their clothes, they're showing up as who they are. Streetwear, that's like, you know, their casual, comfortable place. The business casual, just showing up, you know, how they would to a meeting, a networking event, and things like that. Then we have one more category where they come all out, and we are going to be auctioning off some men for dates. So, yeah, we're gonna be raising some funds tonight. So ladies, if you wanna go on a date with some of our men, we're gonna be auctioning some of them out tonight for you to have a nice, Miles says a coffee date, but hey, I don't know, whatever y'all comfortable with. All right, so that's it. But other than that, about the fashion show, about Honeydrop's Foundation, we're a 501c3 nonprofit organization established in North Texas, and we also are a nonprofit organization established in Africa, in Nigeria. So we operate intercontinentally. We started doing this here for about 10 years now. It's going to be 10 years in a couple of months. But in Nigeria, we established about a year and a half ago. And our programs are split between teen dating violence awareness, so we advocate for teenagers and youth and families, and we also created programs for men against abuse. So those are our programs, and this year we're also expanding our teen dating violence movement to helping teenage moms in Africa. So we're going to be launching a Teen Moms Initiative in May. So that's all the programs that we have currently. We are able to go into schools. We've been going into schools, offering education on teen dating violence, organizing events for teen dating violence, partnering with city municipals on teen dating violence awareness and things like that. And of course, the men's initiative is what we're here tonight to experience. So if you guys have a thing for supporting a nonprofit organization, we are very credible. All of our financials are actually displayed on our website. You can go in there and see we are very accountable. We believe in honest, open, transparent business that we run at the nonprofit organization. And you can always reach out to us to be able to learn about some of our programs, to volunteer, to partner with us, to donate to us, and of course to be part of our events, because we're always running events throughout the year. So we invite you to be part of all of these things that we are doing and support us in getting some of the solutions that we believe God has called us to bring to the world based on this particular platform, domestic violence. I know domestic violence is not a very friendly topic, so we try to make it very friendly by doing these fashion shows and making it nice, but the problem is not really nice. Y'all know that, right? We still have to solve the problem. But thank you all so much for taking the time to come out tonight. Once again, y'all look very beautiful. Now we're gonna transition to the fireside chat, and I'm excited to hear what our men have to say tonight. Thank you all.
Y'all ready? Okay. Don't say nothing about butchering names. Okay, so I have here with me Junior Esiono. Is that right? Esiono, okay. And Greg Dawson. All right. So, and I don't have good memory, so I'm reading. Okay, so today is more than a panel. It's a movement, a space where real men have real conversations, the unspoken pressure, silent struggles, and rising responsibilities of manhood in the 21st century. We are not here just to raise awareness. We are here to build solutions, to reshape narratives, to create a safe space, empower spaces for men and communities to thrive. So our first topic is financial wellness for men. As providers and economic human capital builders, men carry the weight of the entire family and communities on their shoulders. And either one of you can answer the question, whoever fits best. What does financial wellness truly look like for today's man?
Thank you. I'm just going to get on it from my perspective as a licensed clinical social worker. One of the major movements that we have is being a financial social worker. for us to move mountains, to do what we do, financial planning, preparedness for the family is so important. And you know, we do a lot to take care of the community, but for some reason, some way, that finance conversation goes missed, and the family can't take care of their basic needs, and then there's bad decisions moving on for generations and cycles. And so being that just in that space can help you protect food, water, and shelter, have and belong to a community that you want to or are looking forward to, establishing and developing yourself as a human being just by financial planning. But that's not my wheelhouse as to how you're gonna bank, but outside of raising money and being able to locate certain spaces in the community that want to donate to you, we can make sure that, you know, the family's taken care of financially.
Okay, so I actually do want to take a step back because I want you to properly introduce yourselves, like your name.
I jumped right into it.
No, that was good. That was on me because I know I kind of butchered your names. So if you can say your names and what you do, starting with you.
Yeah, my bad. So my name is Greg Dawson II. I'm a licensed clinical social worker supervisor. And so I do a lot of therapy, mental health, and I'm also a sex therapist. And I've been that for about 15 years. And yeah, newly author, Back to the Basics is written to men for spiritual and sexual health. And one thing I didn't talk about is the finance part. And so I'm really interested to get into that conversation. Thank you.
Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Junior Izanu, and I serve on the Grand Prairie, Texas City Council as the Deputy Mayor Pro Tem for the city. And outside of council, I work as a political consultant, helping people get elected all over the country. I want to make sure I acknowledge Dr. O. I'm not sure where she's standing, but this is an amazing event. So to the Honeydrops group, great job on this. This is wonderful. Thank y'all for putting this together. To your question about financial wellness, could you repeat it one more time?
Yes. What does financial wellness truly look like for today's man?
Interesting. So my perspective may be a bit different as someone that graduated college just 4 years ago. So it's pretty new in the game of adulting and you know, building wealth and just having a stable income, really. But I think for those that I'm around, an issue that I've seen is when you're growing up, you have a lot of mentors, you have a lot of people that guide you and, you know, kind of help you become a man. But once you're an adult, there's not really that guiding hand or that support system. You're on your own. So you see a lot of people. I'm 26, so I see a lot of people in and around my age, millennials, Gen Z folks, young men, especially young black men, that are just not on track when we talk about financial wellness, when we talk about financial planning. When I talk to friends about the stock market, people are looking at trading. I'm like, forget trading. Let's look at investing. Let's invest into the S&P 500. Let's invest into blue chip stocks. Leave the trading. Trading is gambling. We talk about savings. The average American saves 2% of their income throughout the year.
I think it's because people really don't know how the stock market works, so they only hear about trading. So
exactly, but that's part of our job, I think, as men, to educate our brothers. Mm-hmm. Educate the young men that are coming up as to these different opportunities that are around. Another thing, when we look at financial wellness and what that looks like for the average man today, is being able to afford a home, being able to afford a car, having a stable job that pays you not a living wage, but a wage to be able to have a family, to get married. Those are the issues that, at least within Gen Z millennials, that we're looking at right now, that we're concerned about and are looking at ways to get around and penetrate and be able to have a sustainable life in the future.
Okay, yeah. All right, so how can men access resources, build generational wealth, and avoid the silent struggles of financial insecurity?
I think it goes back to what we were just talking about. Support systems, support groups, and mentors. I think it's important to have mentors. Like me, I have mentors.
And stop listening to people on social media.
Yes, I was gonna come back to that.
50-50 conversation.
Social media is good and bad. There's a lot of positive information when it comes to ways to accumulate wealth. Like for me, for example, back in college, I made videos about how to invest into the market. Not trading, how to invest, how to buy bonds, US treasuries, all of that stuff. That exists online, but you also have a lot of people that are trying to sell a course and are just trying to get your money, they'll tell you can get rich in 2 weeks or a month by buying this course. No, you're making them rich by buying that course. Literally. So I think those support systems, those mentors, doing your own research, something that's lost on a lot of our men in this age and generation is college. If you look right now, especially when we talk about men and then black men, we are underperforming when it comes to getting a post-high school degree, post-secondary school degree. When it comes to going to trade school, these are all tools that are put into place to allow us to thrive. Not everybody needs to go to school, 100%. Some people can become businessmen and businesswomen and do that. That's wonderful. But college is put into place to help you when we talk about economic mobility and upward mobility. So I think those are certain ways that men and young men in particular can be able to access wealth and financial stability.
Okay, I think you're answering all the questions. The next question was, what are the key habits and support systems to help men take control over their finances? Yeah.
Access, increasing access, and I think we that's just packaging it into one word as to what we just talked about. But building access, increasing the education, increasing mobility, but also if you don't have any of that, being able to locate what your tribe is. Your tribe can give you all of the strengths and the needs that you need financially from a team, so on and so forth. But where is that tribe? And so us doing what we're doing here now is building that. Exactly. We're having access to people in the seats. Exchange business cards. What are we doing after this? What are we doing next week? Let's start building. That conversation needs to be had. It's just not being had enough.
I think people get into the wrong environments and saying, "Oh, I don't have the support system," but you're looking to the wrong people. Yeah. So.
And to go back to that point, I think he brings up a really important point. Networking is really powerful. I can't tell you, at least politically, for me, the value that I've had coming to networking events, meeting people from different walks of life, that when I call them, whether I need support for a political campaign, or I need them to come and speak at an event that I'm hosting, or I just want to bounce an idea off of them, it is remarkable, the value that's gained and the value that you can add to someone else's life, or even when we're talking about getting a job, that you can gain from just attending networking mixers, events, meeting and greeting with people from all different walks of life. You truly can never know when it's going to benefit you or when you can benefit someone in the future. But just by spending 30 minutes or an hour at different networking mixers throughout the year can be so beneficial.
I have a question about that.
I second that.
Because there are a lot of networking events, and I feel like some people just go just to go. They're like network hoppers. So is there what are good events that you can go to? Or how can you spot out like a good networking event? I see some of the same people, and they're just...
I think half of it is intention. Why are you going to the networking events? Some networking events people go for the goal of dating. They're using it as an avenue to get some drinks, or to get some drinks. Exactly. It depends on what your intentions are. I think even with those that may have a small attendee group, maybe only 10 people showed up, you never know who's in that room, who those 10 people could be. And there's nothing wrong with exchanging LinkedIn's, exchanging social medias, and staying connected. After you meet with them at the networking event, offer a coffee meetup, grab coffee or hop on Zoom and chat. Because you never know who is working in a field or who may have a connection to someone that was working in a field that you want to break into in the future. So I recommend going to as many as you can, but not killing yourself trying to attend one every single week.
Okay, yeah. Okay, well, speaking of financial wellness, Honeydrop Foundation is partnering with financial educators from Origin Bank to make sure no man is left out of the financial conversation. All right, so next topic is community leaders and positive masculinity. Men are natural leaders, but what happens when society only associates leadership with aggression or silence? How can men lead without dominating?
Without dominating?
I'm a man, yeah. Oh.
Well, first and foremost, it's all about balance. The yin and the yang. Feminine energy and masculine energy, right? We all have both of them, but we have to learn how to balance that within us. That again goes back to tribe. It all leads back to tribe and learning about people that know how to balance themselves. We all have quirks, unfortunately, right? But we have to work out ways to get to a point where we can find balance with those quirks. Mental health, financial wealth, spiritual health, whatever it is. And so if we don't find that feminine energy within us as men for the leaders, it's going to be hard for us to understand the followers and for us to lead. So, balance.
Okay, and then what role can fathers, mentors, and faith leaders play in restoring positive masculinity?
Wait, repeat that again? I'm sorry, I can hear you.
What role can fathers, What role can fathers, mentors, faith leaders play in restoring positive masculinity?
We desperately need fathers, mentors, faith leaders to continue doing the good work that they're doing, but also to come together as one. And what I mean is, and I'm guilty of this too, there are many opportunities to go and mentor or speak to a young man or a young woman at a school or at an after-school event that we're all busy with our day-to-day lives and we're doing everything that we're doing, that we neglect that opportunity. I can't tell you how many times I've been invited to go and speak at a school, to do career day, or just to come and speak to the kids. And I try to make it when I can, but I can't make every single one, right? Just speaking to a young person, especially a young man or young woman of color, you don't know the impact that you're putting on them right now that may change the trajectory of their life. I can't tell you how many kids, both men and women, will tell their parents, the mayor, they'll call me the mayor sometimes, they don't know the difference sometimes, but they'll be like, the mayor came to my school and I want to be a mayor when I grow up. I want to run for office one day. Oh my, I didn't know this was possible. Because when we're growing up, we see the sports, we see the entertainment, the movie, the actors and actresses. There's so much power in the work that you're doing as well. When we step into these classrooms, we go to these after-school care events, or just there to, even if we can't be weekly or monthly mentors, our faces are seen and our voices are heard by these youth that look like us. And we show them that they too can be what we are now, but they can do even more. But you honestly don't know it exists until you see somebody. Like, for example, with Barack Obama, when he was elected, I was in second or third grade, and I had a teacher.
You make me feel old. Dang.
I was like, dang, where was I? Wait a minute.
But when he was elected, I'll never forget, my dad was like, you can be that one day. He said, you see that guy, you can be that one day. You can do it one day. And I was like, well, I want to, but I can't because I wasn't born in this country. But I can do similar things. But when you see someone that is doing the work, it makes you feel that I'm capable too. And that's why I think it's so important that, our faith leaders, our elected officials, our fathers, our mother, our parents, keep doing what you're doing, but also find time to go out there and meet those kids where they are, meet those young men and young women as well where they are, and show them other opportunities that exist.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, so how do we create room for men to lead in partnership with women, not in competition?
And there is a competition. There is a competition, right?
Yeah, and it shouldn't be.
And it is all in these streets, as y'all said earlier, social media, TV off, right? And getting back to a point where we can connect with the inner. We're just so distracted. And so that just makes it so much of a challenge. I don't know.
I think it is a tough question. I think the biggest thing, and it always starts off with something that is simple but complicated at the same time, communication. Social media, the internet, these cell phones that we have allowed us to be connected with people in a different way. If someone is in Tokyo, if they're in Canada, you can call them like this. You can text them like this. But the people that are near us, we ignore them. Because we're, like me, when I walked in here, I'm looking at my phone. I'm not coming and greeting and saying hello, I'm looking at my phone. And you can never truly have an honest and open dialogue.
So you came in here ignoring us?
Well, not ignore y'all, but our minds are everywhere.
Yeah.
It's
we
so
shouldn't do that.
Yeah,
we work from our phones, everything. So.
And that's what's hurting us as a culture, but as people. So we can't talk about how to allow men and women to engage with each other in a way where they're collaborative and not combative if we can't even have honest and open dialogue.
Exactly.
That's the first step, is being capable and able to have an open and honest conversation. With more open and honest dialogue and communication, we can break down the different divisions and things that divide us and find ways to collaborate. Because it's just like when you walk into a room, if you don't know anybody, sometimes you just stay to yourself. But if you find the courage to walk up and say hello, you never know who you'll meet and how much in common they may have with you, even if it's someone that you've never met before, someone that comes from a different part of the world, a different part of the country. Communication and dialogue can truly break down some of those silos and allow us to be collaborative rather than combative or in competition.
Yeah, because a lot of that does have to do with like insecurities too, and some men, because you see women elevate, and a lot of women are making more than men, and so they want to be like, oh, they trying to up one, or even telling, they'll try to down a woman like, oh, you don't look that pretty, or they'll say anything to make them feel bad because of they feel, they don't feel like they're on their level financially.
Yeah, but one of my main issues is when it comes to relationships is, it's been said earlier tonight, how are we going to meet each other where we're at? Mm-hmm. What are we actually going to say, right? When I meet you, am I a traditional man and you're not so traditional and we're just going to make this work? Like the simpler conversations aren't being had and we're just still with the distraction, just skipping along. So intentional, focused energy, and at least try to meet the person where they're at. Simply listen. That's seemingly hard these days. So.
Yeah, we're so quick to cut people off. Like, I don't like your shoes, so I don't want to talk to you anymore. I see so much of that. It's like, come on. He can change his shoes. He's a good person.
But going back to your point about the insecurities that exist sometimes when a man is trying to court a woman that makes more money than him.
And a lot of women don't care. If you make less, we don't care.
I was gonna say that.
Wait.
What you saying?
No. We're gonna look at both parts of it. So I was gonna say that because a lot of women will tell you, I'm willing to work with you. I'm not too concerned as long as you got a job and you're trying to get somewhere, you have ambitions to grow, they'll work with you. But the issue is sometimes when we hear you making 3 times as much as I'm making, we're just shutting off and just giving up rather than having that conversation and getting to know somebody. That's why I was gonna go back to the point that it's so important to get to know people. But to your point, which I know where you were going,
he didn't say anything. What you mean to his point?
I know where he was going. There are some folks that will just shut it down because you're not, everybody wants to live a certain kind of life, and maybe you cannot provide that certain kind of life, and that's fine. But through conversation, you can find out if it could work or if it couldn't work.
Because you see a lot of that, and we're going back to social media, so you see a lot of that women saying like, oh, you can't talk to me unless you give me money. And so I think that kind of makes men like, oh, I don't even want it. She looks like this, and without having a conversation to really get to know the person.
Conversation.
All right, y'all learning something, huh? I'm learning something. Nah. So if you're struggling, help is not weakness, it's wisdom. We partner with licensed counselors and support service to provide safe spaces. All right. Wait, did I go too far down? I sure did. My bad. Let's go to relationship balance and mental health and suicide prevention. Too many men are smiling on the outside and dying on the inside. Woo. First question is, why are men's mental health issues so often overlooked?
Because of the scripts and tropes we have to abide by. If this is a man, I need to act like this image and do this thing. We're forcing ourselves to fit in some kind of avatar without being our true self. And that's what's being missing there.
Yeah, and to follow up on his point, when you're growing up, you're taught, be a man, don't cry, don't show too much emotion, don't talk too much. We're taught to be very stoic and emotionally averse. So as you get older, everybody's dealing with something. You may not have ever learned how to communicate your feelings. And even if you learn how to communicate your feelings, who do you communicate it to? Because your male friends may not even want to hear you out, unfortunately, sometimes, depending on who your friends are. And you may be afraid to talk to a female colleague or a female friend and let her know how you feel, but you don't want to look lesser than a man, because that's how we're taught. We're taught you got to be a certain way. So I think with this, this new era that we have where being emotional is less stigmatized and it's more welcome, and taking care of your mental health and going to therapy are things that are supported and are significantly less stigmatized, at least in our community, becoming less stigmatized. We're gonna see more men that are open to being in touch with their emotions, but also seeking help if they need help, and not suffering in silence. Because the suffering in silence is what ends up hurting a lot of people.
How can we reduce the stigma of therapy, emotional expression, and vulnerability?
That's a good question. It's really, to me, it appears simple, but it's work. It's focusing on our strengths. And so that way we can gain access and move forward with understanding what that looks like, what therapy is, how can we feel, move about with these interventions, right? So when I'm trying to get access and to decrease the stigma, what do? I show, for instance, Black men, the spaces where Black men hang out, the spaces where we're having some kind of discussion. You're gonna see a lot of those guys actually have had it. Once we can just start getting access, building tribe, oh, we've been getting therapy, but we're just not able to, I don't know.
I feel like now it's better. I feel like even like 10 years ago, because even with myself,
Sure.
I feel like in the Black community, it's always been a stigma. Like people will think you're crazy if you go to a therapist or something like that. So, but I feel like it's getting better now. Like, what do you guys think? Like,
There was a period I saw a spike in it. Me personally and some other therapists, we would like to see a continued surplus coming in, access, and giving back that access to them. But personally, I haven't. I know stats may say yes, but personally, in my small subset of groups, we need to see more.
okay, definitely. And then what roles does relationship health and emotional literacy play in suicide prevention?
Repeat the question again.
What role does relationship health and emotional literacy play in suicide prevention?
You know, what's interesting is relationship health tells you about your mental health or your behavioral health.
That right there,
And
yes.
when it comes from a relational perspective, we have to get out of, oh, my wife is crazy, my husband's crazy. If somebody, again, we all have quirks. If we have an issue going on, we have to handle that together. But we're failing to do that as a team, and it ends up in divorce or separation or what? For a long time, right? So whenever you see your partner hurting, a deeper discussion like we're talking about now, right? And so that will help you build a connection. But as far as relationship, telling your mental health is just really somebody suffering in silence from something. Recognizing that, calling that out so we can understand what we're dealing with.
Okay. So let's go into the fourth and last topic, and this is career empowerment and redefining success. Okay, success isn't a one-size-fits-all. In the 21st century, men are discovering new ways to define purpose and passion. What does meaningful work look like for today's men?
So let's say what it looks like and what I would like it to look like. What it looks like currently is being, having a good job, providing enough income to take care of yourself and your family, and just dealing with that. What it should be is, of course, having a good job, a career that you're happy to be in, that you enjoy at least a little bit, being able to take care of your family, but having enough time to pursue what is your purpose, to pursue your purpose. A lot of people, I'm very blessed that I'm living my purpose on a day-to-day basis. I love what I do.
Be happier.
Oh my goodness,
Happier, healthier.
significantly happier, and hopefully I'll live longer because of it.
Yeah, you will.
But whenever you're in that rat race and you're just trying to make it and trying to pay that bill and trying to take care of your family, and you're at a miserable job, miserable career, it makes it significantly tougher on your mental health. So that's where we are right now, and where I would like us to be in the future is just being able, yes, to have a good job, but also have enough time to do things that you enjoy. Have enough time to pursue things you may enjoy. You enjoy. And maybe that's just setting up a nonprofit where you help feed the homeless, or set up a nonprofit that helps you mentor or educate young men in your community, or maybe it's traveling. Who knows? I think it's so important that we get that aspect too, and it's not just trying to work as much as you can to pay the bills, but
And still struggling.
still struggling. Exactly.
Okay. What do men transition, grow? No, sorry. How do men transition, grow, and stay relevant in evolving industries?
something said earlier was education and mobility. One of the things that we know now with this current economy is some people that have the higher education degrees and stuff like that will have access to more jobs. And so we have to get to a point where if we're not getting those degrees, some kind of certification, so that we can have access and keep things steady.
And what mentorship, training, or support networks are helping men rise? Or do you know of any?
There's not enough. Like I said earlier, it exists for young men that are in high school and college, but like when you graduate, you're on your own, unfortunately. So I think for us, we need to found and create new organizations that are supporting men that are breaking into different industries or looking for a job, looking for a career, or trying to transition into a different industry. These are the things that we desperately need. 'Cause I know women have support groups. Maybe not a lot, but y'all have support groups. Men generally don't have.
Yeah.
We don't have support
There's a lot
groups.
of women this and yeah.
There's not a, and we're to blame because y'all founded your own. Y'all did that. We need to do the same thing, and I take responsibility as a young leader in my community. It's my job too to create these opportunities, to create these things to allow men to come together and to learn from other men that have been in the game for 15 or 20 years that are in the career that you want to pursue, to provide you with insight, the advice, and the direction to know where to go and how to go. I'll give you an example. In politics, in the political arena, I spend a lot of time mentoring and helping people that are decades older than myself, that have never touched the political stage, because until you run for office or you work on a campaign, you don't know what it takes. Nobody knows what it takes. Until you take out the time to get on the phone and call people begging for dollars for your campaign, which is 30% of the time you're going to be spending doing call time, asking someone to donate to your campaign, you don't know what it takes. Until you get out there, you knock on doors, and you have people curse at you at their door, telling you to leave it alone. You don't know what it takes. But I've been blessed to be in a position where I'm able to help, not just mentor, but support the next generation of leaders from all over this country. And I do it both for free and also as a job. But we need more of that for all different industries, all different sectors, because there's young men, there's older men, there's men all over that are trying to do something new or transition into a new field, but just don't have the support or have the information.
But I feel like when it comes to helping people, there's never enough. I feel like it never could be, oh, that's too much, so as much as we can get. But I would say that you two are definitely doing your part. So thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and so today we begun a conversation, but healing, growth, and advocacy must continue beyond this room. Men need safe spaces, communities need strong leaders, and the world needs men who are free to be whole. We invite you to stay connected and involved and support our mission at Honeydrop Foundation, because when we advocate for men, we empower families, rebuild futures, and restore generations. All right, and that's it for the conversation. The fireside chat. Thank you guys. Dr. O, are these the men you auctioned off at the end? This one's young, y'all.
So I'm gonna share a piece. This piece is called "To the Boy and the Man," and it speaks for itself. So hopefully it touches you. Here we go. Jesus sees you. Not the iron cast of shoulders, not the spine that bends under a world too proud to say it loves you. He sees the boy. Knees pressed to chest in the dark, where silence learned to speak louder than your screams. They locked the doors. But it wasn't just the room they shut you in. It was a tomb for tenderness, a grave for trust. You buried your emotions beneath the bed. Monsters made from threads of your own heartbeat. And now, the man you wear like armor is only a mask, cracked and flaking, barely holding together the fractures of the boy. But Jesus wants to tell you, you don't have to stay small to survive anymore. Your mother's absence was not your fault, but her shadow blooms in your reflection, teaching you that leaving is easier than staying. Even now, you guard the door to your heart like a fortress, when all he wants to do is kneel before you to remind you that love is not a weapon, He was made for this, for the kind of love that wars with what wounded you, not to fix you, but to hold you in the shaking, to steady the child within you who learned that masculinity is silence and that acceptance is surrender. But you are not a ruin. You are a kingdom still being built brick by brick. He will stand with you, not above, not behind, but beside the throne waiting for you. God equipped you with a love that calls you king, even as the boy in you trembles at the title. See, this love, his love, kills curses, but never you. So come as you are, with all your jagged edges, with the ache you've worn like a second skin. Let him whisper to the child inside, the one who still hides beneath the bed. You are safe here. You are loved here. You are worthy. See, he sees the man too. The one who laughs to fill the void. The one whose hands are callous, not just from work, but from holding on to pain too sharp to let go. You wear resilience like a medal, but even steel melts when the fire burns too long. You've learned to hide behind logic, to explain away the cracks in your soul as though logic is the reason that could ever mend your wounds. But see, he sees through the armor. God sees through all of the areas where you've never cried, the questions you never dared to ask because nobody was there to answer. You, who flinched at love as though it comes with conditions. You, who've only known love that demands, not the kind that gives without asking, but his love was forged for storms like this, made to hold you through the tremors, to remind you that you are not broken, you are becoming. So let him love you as you are, the man, the boy, the wounds, the walls, because he was sent for you, to love you until you see what he sees, a king rising from the ashes of a boy's pain. A soul built not to shatter, but to soar. And even if you never believe it, even if you never let him in, please know this, he will always choose you. Not the mask, not the fortress, but the trembling, unhealed truth of you. Because your soul is his calling. And his love is a weapon placed in his hands. His love is not a weapon placed in his hands. It is to fight for you, not to fight you. So come as you are. He will wait for you. There are people around you that will wait for you until you finally see what he sees. You finally see the king he has always known you to be. Thank you.
All right, y'all give it up for Nana O again. Okay, so we have our final walkthrough, and this is going to be formal wear. Are you guys ready back there? You ready? Y'all not about to have us waiting again.
Tell me what you want to tell me what you want to do, what you want to do.
All right, sounds like they're getting ready. Woo! Y'all know Miles probably did too much. Nah, he never do too much. He do him. Woo! Yeah, here we go. That boy shining.
Sweet love, baby girl, because you're mine, all because you're mine. Ooh, I wanna be around you. Sweet love, yeah, I wanna love you. Take your clothes off, lay your shoes down.
It's all right, we're going to keep it going. A little technical difficulties. Oh, y'all got saved. I'm about to sing.
sunshine hanging over my shoulder. And she makes me smile every time I make her face. And every time she leaves, my world's just a little bit colder. So baby, with all that you give it to me, I'm making sure you're happy. Ooh, girl, can't wait until tonight, 'cause pleasure is delight. With your warm body by the fireplace. Oh girl, want you to depend on my love and my strong arms. 'Cause you know they feel so good and natural. She gives me love like the warm sunshine hanging over my shoulder. And she makes me smile.
It's showtime and if I know my the Kiki Shepherd. With a banner, with a leopard, red hot Teddy, Pendergrass, cooler than Freddie Jackson, sipping a milkshake and a clothes on. Never go warm in the dorm room at the AU. We blew hate to athletes might make you, but you must have me mistaken with them statements that you make up. So fresh and so clean, clean. You think I'm so Lick you like a lizard when I'm slizzing. I'm sober, 6 minute ways to fold ya. Like no one, I get tons of views and you get rich of me. Now call you from ages, I know you'll be there for me.
Oh my God! Ladies and gentlemen, please help me appreciate these amazing men on stage. Please appreciate that. Come on, guys. Let's sing our final part for the night. Thank you all for coming out to celebrate our men. We are so grateful. All right, guys. The QR code is going to be up. We have some food for you. Please grab a bite. Stay back, mix and mingle. We're going to have an after party. So if y'all want to be here with us, feel free to, stay back. Before we take our final bow, I just want to take a moment to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you all so much. Thank you. And y'all, I gotta give a very special shout out to my baby, my wonderful son right here. When I asked all my 3 sons, I said, who wants to work in the fashion show? I was like, Mom, I work. I'm like, this is my last one, y'all. Princeton, I do. Thank you all so much for coming out. Please do well to support the Honeydrop Foundation. If you love what you've seen tonight, help us amplify this message. Help us take it to the next level. Help us get, thank you. Help us get so many more people, so many more ears and eyes, legs and bodies to be part of this movement. Don't you think our men deserve the advocacy that they need? So if you believe that, we are trusting you to duplicate yourself from everything that we have shared with you tonight. Gentlemen, are y'all ready for your final bow? All right. Ready. Thank you all so much. It's been a great night. 1, 2, 3, let's go. Thank you all so much for coming out. Don't forget, there's a lot of food and drinks and stuff, and it's right there. Oh my goodness. Thank you all. Yes, Zoe, she's my left brain. My right brain was working, but you know what? That's true. I'm so sorry, I got excited. But I really want to say thank you to everyone. There's so many people that made this night happen. This was a collaborative effort. My team, please, I need you guys to come on stage and just let everyone see you. Zoe, I know you didn't want to get dressed, but you got to come on stage. Stacy, I need you on stage. Olu, I need you on stage. I need you on stage, Olu. Miss Stacy, come on, come on, come on. These are my people. Some of them serve on the board. Olu serves on our board. In fact, Stacy serves on the board. Zoe has been with me for years, serving on the board, pretty much doing everything that needs to be done to ensure that we are just who we are supposed to be. Everyone, our media crew, King Jonathan, Miss Sarah, thank you so much. You are all amazing. Our husband, like I always call him, hold up, I got you, Ryan Robinson. I share him with Zoe, and she's so happy to share him. And of course, the crew of A Faith is Something podcast, hosted Beth. All right. Yeah. to plan for this event. So it was a huge sacrifice. They didn't get paid, y'all. So please, y'all need to help me figure something out so that way I can really appreciate them. But I just want to say thank you to everyone. All our speakers, Councilman Jr. is not here. Oh my God, Mr. Greg, Boris, thank you so much. All our wonderful models, once again, thank you all so much. BM Productions, the clothing management. Business Minds, I said BM, Business Minds? Yes, Business Minds Designs, the whole crew, the whole family. Everyone came out tonight. Sambaza Podcast! Yes! Yes! My fellow African podcaster. Everyone came out tonight, so please, I just want to say thank you. But once again, before we close out tonight, thank you to our wonderful host tonight, Royal Palace, DJ Freddie Mooks. Yes, he also serves on our board, and he really helped to make tonight a huge success. But the lady behind the magic, where is Miss Lovely, y'all? Lovely, she's back there making sure our food comes out. So Miss Lovely, she's the manager of this spot. If you guys like this facility, they didn't ask me to do this. But guys, if you guys love the facility, you have an event, you have a birthday party, Royal Palace, they do the most. They do the most for you. So y'all patronize them. And if you want to get a feel of the Afro Beat Club tonight, hang out with us. After party, gotta be all the way turned up. No, I gotta get my kids home. Okay, I forgot about that part. Oh, gosh, being a mom, you know. But anyway, it's gonna be an after party. Don't worry about my kids. They're gonna get home safe. But there's an after party tonight, and we're gonna be good. But I want to thank you guys, my boys, Princeton, Peterson, Philip. Thank you all for always supporting Mom on all her crazy dreams and just being there to be my biggest cheerleaders. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it from me tonight. Thank you. Let's take one more bow, everyone. Thank you from the Honeydrop Foundation.